Brothers and sisters, aunties, uncles, and play cousins. What's good, fam? It's your boy, Mr. Michael. Check it out. I know y'all see my background, got, decorations and stuff like that on there. Check it out. My birthday was Monday, this past Monday, and, my family decided to decorate my office, and they all know, if you all know, you've been following me long enough, I'm a diehard Detroit Lions fan, so they decorated my office with Lions stuff. I got balloons and all that kind of stuff hanging from the ceiling and everything. It was, they really showed out. They really showed out and showed your boy some love, for his birthday. So, hey, I left it up. Because I love the Lions, and I was like, I'm gonna leave it up for a minute. I don't want to just take it down so fast. So that's why, I ain't, between that and what was going on with my dad and stuff like that, I ain't been around in a couple of days. But, I already knew what was happening this week. So we get a chance to continue the birthday celebration because I get a chance to react to the new Inpatient, Ren, and Chris Webby drop, Tarantula. And I'm looking forward to this. So we're not going to hold y'all up. Before I get started, make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure if you're not subscribed to the channel already, please hit subscribe. We're on the road to 10,000. We would love to have y'all be part of that. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you can stay up on everything that we're doing over here. But I'm not doing no long drawn out introduction today. We're getting right into this. Ren, Chris Webby, Inpatient, Tarantula. Yo, I'm excited about it. A new drop. And I got some more, Ren videos on their way to y'all. But right now, this ain't about that. This is about this. So let's get right on into it. Let's go. I know I got to pay attention to the video too. That's the hardest part about these is I know now I've reacted to enough Ren and enough Chris Webby to know that I got to pay attention to the video. I got to pay attention to the video. So let's go.
Tarantula, gang, right from the stereo. Gargantuan, goddamn fit for a burial. A cannula from my wrist, sick material. A chronica, little sound for your area. I just let go, there's a crack in my design. Like an echo, these thoughts replay in my mind. There's no safety, there's no rest, there's no sleep for the dead.
I love that sound.
And I hate these side effects that get left by the man.
Yo.
I got the devil on my shoulder, and the weight might break my back.
Okay.
I'm losing my composure, and I might crash. And so they say they're my persona.
Has a tendency to
come so undone that
and my identity
is stuck inside this white room I painted black. Tarantula, bang bang, contract on muscular.
No.
I'm venomous, brain fangs right to your jugular. Cutting your brains on the rug and your blood on the comforter. Part of me's Peter Parker, but bust my guns like the Punisher. I'm a rabbit arachnid, I'm trapping them in the web. Then I wrap them up like a package for afterwards in the shed. I'm carnivorous in the blood of these rappers. Is how I'm fed to live a death like Dexter. Dark as the passenger in my head. And they know I'm a killer on the low. Patient 00. Fuck a cheat code, my ammo's unlimited. I only stop when I gotta reload. I'm 20 below and the blood in me frozen. I painted this room only color I know. Yeah, I painted it black, it was dark as my soul. So fuck it, let's go.
Yo, that was hard.
And the weight might break my back. I'm losing my composure and I might crash. And so they say they're my persona.
has a tendency to
come so undone that
and my identity.
You hear that little guitar riff that's playing? That shit is cold.
You're stuck inside this white room I painted black.
Yo. Yo, they done flipped it and went into whole rave mode. That is hard. That's hard. I'm sorry.
Whoa, back to back, you can't catch that flow. Counteract upon price that blow. Chiropractic by snapping, fat base, gymnastic, mash it up, massive bro. Casual, this shit easy, G. Ride the beat, come on, you know me. Designed to beat the best, need the best to test me. Watch me rise up victoriously. Yeah, we back on that loose again. Representing that loony bin. Give a fuck if I lose or win when that spider bite go right through the skin. Then I'm hit with a strike the vein. Get a monster locked up inside my brain. And wrestle with them's like fighting Bane. But I know that part of me likes the pain. Like a masochist spider biting, antagonist biting, sighting paralysis, vital signs of a pathogen. Striking deep in the artery. Peter Parker, but dark is the black and bruise on the mark. I leave random web is still spread. You see, got time to kill. Murder on my mind. I'll keep the spine that chill. Show up in silence. We're bumping, twisted nigga behind the wheel. We pose a threat. Pulling you under. Hope you can hold your breath and kill them all until there's no one left. Tarantula.
Yo. Okay. All right. Damn. Hold on. Oh, I gotta go all the way back, y'all. I gotta go back to the beginning. First of all, shit had my whole body. I was over here like the goosies was going, boy, when they went into like the whole little rave mode and that shit was fire. That shit was fire. All right, I gotta go back to the beginning. I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. I was paying attention to everything that was happening in the video, and I got so turned up by what was going on, you know what I'm saying, with the sound, the sonic, sound that was happening in the track and the way that it made you feel and everything. I heard like a few little lines and bars, but I ain't even gonna front. As much as I do this, I don't think I caught half of what I was supposed to catch. I lost the words for a minute, y'all. I lost the words for a minute. That shit felt good. I ain't gonna front. I hope I don't get, I ain't gonna try to make this video 2 hours long. So I'm gonna go through it, you know what I mean? But I'm not gonna go through it and then go through it again. So I'm hoping that I catch everything that I missed on the original one in this second replay. You know what I mean? Because I might get lost again. Can't even front. I might get lost again. All right, man. Let's get back into this. That shit was fire. I'm sorry. Let's go. Come on, put it back. Where my button ain't working. Come on, put it back up here. All right. There we go. Let's go. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, just from the start of this, like, I'm not afraid of spiders. Like, that's not something that I'm scared of. But there's a fine line, because even though I'm not afraid of them, ain't no way in fuck. Ain't no way in fuck no tarantula. Like, I've had them crawl on my arm before. I've been to like petting zoos where they've crawled on your arm and stuff like that. And even then, when you go to like the petting zoos, they've been devenomed, if that's what you call them, where, you know what I'm saying, they remove the glands so that they're not allowed, they can't produce, venom. But ain't no way in fuck one is crawling on my face. I'm sorry. Ain't nothing crawling on my face. So Ren, hey, Ren, I give you props, my guy. That's the first time I noticed that. I mean, I paid attention to the logo many times before of the Inpatient, the whole thing with Ren and Chris Webby. First time I ever paid attention to the fact that there's a bite missing out of the side of the head. It's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like I got a piece of my head missing. Yeah, that's the first time I ever paid it. I've seen that logo a million times now with the amount of reactions that I've done. First time I ever paid attention to that logo having a piece of his head missing. You know what I'm saying? That plays into the whole, like, asylum crazy, like, that plays into the whole thing. Even that design plays into their persona. I've never paid attention to that before. I'm slipping. Tarantula, gang, right from the stereo. That's fire right there too. The like in the video, they're in this room. And the only light in the room is coming from the skylight right above their head. So it kind of gives you that natural ambiance of a spotlight, even though it's not a spotlight, but it gives you kind of like an aura in the room. I like that's dope. There's no lighting in the room other than that skylight above their head. So as they move in and out of the darkness, that's dope. That's dope. That's good cinematography right there.
Yo, look at you, goddamn fit for a burial. Look cannula from my wrist, sick material. Look chronically ill, sound for your area. I just let.
So he said a tarantula, gang, whatever, you know what I'm saying? All those things are kind of like self-explanatory, gargantuan, goddamn fit for your burial, you know what I'm saying? But then he said a cannula, you know, that's the thing that they put in, like doctors, they put in like an IV. I know that I'm probably not saying it right, but that's the thing that they put in. They put in the little tubes so that they can give you injections and stuff in your veins, you know what I'm saying, to treat you, cannula. I think that's what it's called. If I'm right, that's the, you know what I'm saying? That's that thing. Cause he said cannula from my wrist. Sick, was it? Wait a minute, hold on. Sick. I think he says sick material.
Goddamn fit for a burial. Look cannula from my wrist, sick material. Look chronically ill, sound for your area.
Yeah, he said a cannula from my wrist, sick material. So like if I'm sick, I get that IV put in to get venom, you know what I'm saying? Or to be treated, you know, at the hospital or from a doctor, you know what I'm saying? Cannula from my wrist, sick material. But then he said chronically ill sound, chronically ill, cannula, sick, all that plays into like the medical scheme for your antenna, for your aerial, you know what I'm saying? Sick material, chronically, blah, 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 for your aerial, because he just said stereo. So he's saying chronically ill sound for your aerial, for your antenna. That's dope. Dope bars.
I wish sick material, look chronically ill, sound for your area. I just let go, there's a crack in my design.
I just let go, there's a crack in my design. It kind of remind me of the little thing I just pointed out about his head, but I know that those two ain't together, but I'm just saying.
Like an echo, these thoughts replay in my mind.
Self-explanatory.
There's no safety, there's no rest, there's no sleep for the dead.
That's interesting right there. There's no safety, there's no rest, there's no sleep for the dead. That's a bar. I really don't even know how to explain that. It's kind of self-explanatory, but I really don't even know how to explain that. That's a bar, though. That's a bar.
These thoughts replay in my mind. There's no safety, there's no rest, there's no sleep for the dead. And I hate these side effects that get left by the man.
I hate these side effects that get left by the meds. So I don't know if these play together, because I'm thinking back to the beginning, you know what I'm saying, of the song. I don't know if they play together. You know, sometimes I be reaching and I be thinking too much with the lyrics because I like to try to dig out the stuff that we normally can't find. I try to dig that out. But he started out the song saying Tarantula, gang, right from your stereo. And then he just ended up that verse, or that little introduction, as you would have it. He just ended that up by saying, I hate these side effects that get left by the meds. So he started out the verse saying right, and then he finished that verse saying left. You know what I'm saying? Ren is slick like that, so I wouldn't be surprised that he purposely did that in there, because he said stereo. And stereo, you know, the factual sound of stereo when you're talking about audible sounds is a right channel and a left channel. You know what I'm saying? In your stereo, that, you know, that your audio is received, you know, in the way that it's processed. You know what I'm saying? My words are so jacked up. I think I'm still running off the high from this weekend. But anyway, you got a left channel and you got a right channel. So he started out the verse saying, you know, right from your stereo, and then finished it off saying left by the meds. So you have a right channel and you have a left channel. You know what I'm saying? And so it kind of goes back to tying into the word stereo. And you know what I'm saying? And I know that has nothing to do with medication, but it's also kind of like the kind of scheming that Ren would do that I wouldn't put it past him. I hate these side effects that get left by the meds. Yo, that's dope. And still going back, playing into the cannula in my arm, chronically ill, sick, you know what I'm saying? Because the cannula is where you put in medication, you know what I'm saying, to treat whatever, you know, you're doing in the hospital at that time. So I hate the side effects that got left by the meds. So like all that whole thing plays in. And like I said, I know I may be digging too deep, but y'all know me and y'all know that's what I do.
And I hate these side effects that get left by the man. I got the devil on my shoulder, and the weight might break my back.
Bars.
I'm losing my composure, and I might crash.
That's tying into two words that mean the same thing, break, crack. You know what I'm saying? He's, that scheme, I like that, got the devil on my shoulder. And he's basically saying, hey, I might give in. I got the devil on my shoulder. Goes back to that old down the road, all the other things that we've seen where you've got the good and the bad. I got the devil on my shoulder trying to get me to act up, and I just might give in. I just might crack. I just might give in to him. But at the same time, he's tying in them two words, break and crack. So that was a good scheme.
I'm losing my composure, and I might crash. And so they say that my persona
has a tendency to
come so undone now,
and my identity is.
That was dope right there. You see the distortion? I don't know what that was intended to display, but I caught it. And that's the thing. I don't know what that, but you see where they showed the has a tendency to, and then when she came back in, you know what I'm saying? Then my identity, and when she did that, it was distorted. And so, I get it. They say that my persona has a tendency to, hold on. They say that my persona has a tendency to, okay, I think I caught what that did.
And so they say that my persona
has a tendency to
come so undone now,
and my identity.
Okay, so my say that my persona has a tendency to come so undone, and my identity. So then so he's basically saying that when my persona comes undone, it has a tendency to, and my identity becomes distorted. Because you notice when when she said my identity, she said it and it had the distorted, kind of visual. So it's saying I kind of lose control, basically. Okay.
Persona
has a tendency to
come so undone now,
and my identity is
stuck inside this white room I painted black.
Stuck inside this white room that I painted black, and they're literally in a white room that they're painting black, but it still plays into the whole Asylum, the name of the album. You know what I'm saying? Inpatient, kind of like an insane asylum where they put you in the white padded room, but I'm in this white padded room, but the thoughts that I'm having in these rooms kind of make it, I don't see the room. It makes it dark in here. All I can see is what's going on in my head. So I'm stuck inside this white room, plays into Asylum that I painted black. That's fire. That's fire.
It's stuck inside this white room I painted black. Tarantula, bang bang, contract the muscular. I'm venomous, brain fangs right to your jugular.
Tarantula, bang bang, contract the muscular, because the poison from a tarantula when it bites, you know what I'm saying? The venom, causes muscle contractions. But he says like bang bang, it was like the two teeth marks, bang bang. You get bit, bang. Okay, I get it. I'm trying to play all this in. I need to stop overthinking it, because some of this probably doesn't even have the meanings that I'm thinking it having. But tarantula, bang bang, the two teeth bite, bang bang. You know what I'm saying? Contract the muscular. The venom starts to contract your muscular, but at the same time, I'm going to save this thought for the end of the video, because I think that I get something else from the entirety of the song based even on just my reaction from the first time I heard it. So let's go.
Contract the muscular. I'm venomous, brain fangs right to your jugular. Cutting your brains on the rug and your blood on the comforter. Part of me's Peter Parker, but bust my guns like the Punisher.
This dude is that flow. I don't know if y'all respected that flow enough right there. That flow was so grimy and smooth and right in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? It shows him laying on the floor it's shot in black and white. You know what I'm saying? So it looks like like it plays like a double. You know what I'm saying? So it's looking like black paint spilling on the floor. You know what I'm saying? Which they're painting the room black. But at the same time, when you're looking at a black and white film, if somebody gets killed in a black and white film, when the blood spills out, it looks black. You know what I'm saying? So like that's painting that's pun intended. That's painting a crazy picture right there with him laying in that blood. But that flow was ridiculous.
Venomous.
Then he said Peter Parker. Wait a minute.
Spring fangs right through your jugular. Cutting your brains on the rug and your blood on the comforter. Part of me's Peter Parker, but bust my guns like the Punisher.
Part of me's Peter Parker, but bust my guns like the Punisher. That is bars. I don't need to break down what they mean. They comment. I mean, you know, they're self-explanatory, but damn, that's bars.
I'm a rabbit arachnid, I'm trapping them in the web. Then I wrap them up like a package for afterwards in the shed.
That's a bar. Rabid. I'm a sick rabbit. When you have a rabid animal, they're a sick animal. They're an infected animal. You know what I'm saying? They've been bitten by something. You know what I mean? But I'm a rabid arachnid. Which I mean, I'm a rabbit. I'm sick. I'm out of control. I'm dangerous. All those kind of things. I'm a rabid arachnid. Hold on, because I'm sitting here thinking my brain lost the words.
My guns like the Punisher. I'm a rabbit arachnid. I'm trapping them in the web.
That rabbit arachnid. I'm trapping them in a web. His name is Webby. Chris Webby. I'm a rabbit or arachnid. I'm trapping them in a web. Bars.
Bust my guns like the Punisher. I'm a rabbit arachnid. I'm trapping them in the web. Then I wrap them up like a package for afterwards in the shed. I'm carnivorous in the blood of these rappers. Is how I'm fed.
That's a battle bar right there. I'm carnivorous. I eat meat. I'm carnivorous. I'm carnivorous. And the blood of these rappers is how I'm fed. Bars. He said, I get stronger. I eat rappers. I eat rappers. Yo, that is fire.
For afterwards in the shed, I'm carnivorous in the blood of these rappers. Is how I'm fed. Deliver death like Dexter. Dark as the passenger in my head.
Deliver death. Deliver death. I'm Dexter. That's the TV show, right? Dexter, the dude that plays like the cop that hunts down serial killers, but is also a serial killer himself. Ain't that Dexter? That's kind of bars right there. So he's saying, you know, he's saying that I'm a good guy and I'm crazy. I'm a good guy and I'm the one that just might turn on you. He said, like the passenger in my head. Yeah. And they was just talking about, you know what I'm saying, the voices in my head, I come undone. You know what I'm saying? The darkness in my head, I come undone. And he's saying the passenger in my head. He's basically saying this dude that's inside me saying, get him. Shit. Don't let that dude get loose because I'm Dexter. I'm the cool guy and I'm the killer. That's bars.
Rappers is how I'm fed. Deliver death like Dexter. Dark as the passenger in my head. And they know I'm a killer on the low. Patient 00. Fuck a cheat code. My ammo's unlimited. I only stop when I gotta reload. I'm 20.
Patient 00. Fire.
For death like Dexter. Dark as the passenger in my head. And they know I'm a killer on the low. Patient 00. Fuck a cheat code. My ammo's unlimited. I only stop when I gotta reload. I'm 20 below and the blood in me frozen. I painted this room only color I know. Yeah, I painted it black. It was dark as my soul. So fuck it, let's go.
And the cadence switch. If you heard when that guitar came in and that guitar started riding in the back, and the drum kicked in and the snare got a little bit more intense. And then the way that he changed his cadence and the energy came up, he's basically it's almost like he just got done saying the passenger in my head. And then the adrenaline kicked up almost like that dude is trying to fight his way loose. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like what you would see in a movie scene when you see something trying to break out of a room and that intensity, you know, kicks up or like that. That's what that sounded like right there. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude's starting to come back and shit. Hey, be careful. If he get loose, y'all in trouble. 20 below and the blood in me froze. That's a bar. The blood in me froze. Bruh.
Fuck a cheat code. My ammo's unlimited. I only stop when I gotta reload. I'm 20 below and the blood in me frozen. I painted this room only color I know. Yeah, I painted it black. It was dark as my soul. So fuck it, let's go. I got the devil on my shoulder. And the weight might break.
Hey, and I got to give Webby his props too. I'm always talking about how much I love to hear, Ren sing. But in these collabs that they've been working on together, the melodic and the rhythmic soul that they put into, they got the reggae, they got the rock and roll, they got all these different sounds that they mesh together. But the grit that's in Webby's voice, even though he's not a singer, he does do little melodic, harmonies and stuff like that on some songs just to kind of add a little bit of extra flavor to the song. But since he's been working with Ren, these hooks that are not even just the hooks, they sing throughout the song a lot of times. But the way that they kind of blend their voices together and the way that the two of them kind of balance each other out, that's fire. Like Webby done went to another level with this little singing since he's been working with Ren.
My back, I'm losing my composure and I might cry. Yeah. And so they say that my persona
has a tendency to
come so undone that
my identity
is
is
stuck inside this white room I painted black.
Okay, so what I want to know is that you, Ren? Is that you, Webby? Which one of y'all stood there and did that whole time? I can't even do it for 2 seconds. Who did that? Because that wasn't somebody held that the whole time in front of a microphone.
My painted black.
This is the part that lost me the first time because I got too into it. So they're having a rave. Like I see it's getting ready to break into a rave, right? But also I'm wondering, because sometimes they do little stuff like this. Ren, especially in some of his videos where he brings other people into the shot and all these other people symbolize something. So like this is all like right now he's been playing off they've been playing off the sick team. You know what I'm saying? And I'm wondering, this is like in this white room I painted black. These are all people with like various thoughts in their head. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of a loose cannon, so forth and so on. And I'm wondering if all the people that he's bringing into this room symbolizes all the people that all feel and act and deal with life and all that the same way they do. Like this is a whole bunch of people that when they go into the rave, this is a whole bunch of people that just said, fuck it and just let it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm wondering if these people that are brought into the room are all people that deal with issues like them, if that's what they're symbolizing in here. That's fire, though. That shit get me going. I ain't never been to a rave. And honestly, when I look at them, you know what I'm saying? I'd be like, I don't know if I could ever, like, I'm not antisocial at all. I love people. But I don't know about being crowded around a whole bunch of people. But something about that makes me just want to like fight. Like where I'm from, being crowded, bunched into a whole bunch of people going crazy, it gets me on the defense. And I think I would spend too much time looking around to make sure ain't nobody doing nothing stupid. I don't think I can have fun in this room. But watching it looks fun. It looks fun as hell. I just don't know if I would be comfortable in that room. I don't know. Maybe one of these days I have to go just so I can see if I can stomach it.
Whoa, back to back, you can't catch that flow. Counteract upon twice that flow.
He said back to back, you can't catch that flow. Counteract upon tracks that blow. You know what I'm saying? That's dope. Because of the way that they do this, counteract, it's like, how do I put that into words? It's kind of like when you do a thing, okay, I got to make it make sense. Counteract. Let's put it medically. Like when you take a pill to help you come down off of the effects of whatever drug you took. Like if somebody ODs, they give you a thing to counteract that medication or to counteract those drugs to kind of have to kind of give you that adverse effect. You know what I'm saying? It's like when you do a thing to counteract is the word, but I'm trying to put it in perspective of this because the way that they're rapping in this, the way that they go to back, and he starts it off saying, back to back, you can't catch that flow. You know what I'm saying? So he's kind of saying like a lot of rappers, a lot of MCs, if you put on a beat this fast, you know what I'm saying, at this high BPM, most rappers can't just spit. Like you got a few of them that's capable, but most rappers can't spit straight through this fast and be able to keep it high energy and all this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? So the way that they're going to tackle this is they're going to go back and forth with it. So that you do a short spot, you do a short spot, you do a short spot, and the two of us together, we can counteract the speed of this beat. We can, you know what I'm saying? Like us both spitting on this, we can counteract the intensity of this beat. Because he said back to back, you can't catch that flow. Counteract. So the way that we counteract the speed of this flow is we just go back to back. So that way we both do it in short intervals. So we don't have to worry about the impact of this beat. I don't know if I'm reading too much into that, but he says back to back and then counteract. So and then I remember how the verse went. So I liken to think that the way that they counteract this beat is by attacking it together. I don't know. Damn. Some of these songs like this, like I hear the bars and I'm listening to them and I have the thoughts that I think I have, but 99.9% of the time when I go back and play these songs, I've said this in other videos before, when I go back and play these songs over, I'll be like, oh, that's what that meant, or damn, dude, you really messed that one up. One of the two things happen, but I usually end up hearing the bars but missing the meaning on some of them. And that's okay. And then I got y'all, because y'all stay in my comments telling me what it actually meant. So, all right, let's finish this.
Whoa, back to back, you can't catch that flow. Counteract upon price that flow. Chiropractic, back snapping, fat base gymnastic, mash it up, massive, bro.
Yeah, chiropractic, back snapping. What else he say? Gymnastics, mash it. I love it, man. These motherfuckers can spit. I'm sorry. The way that they can play with these beats is crazy.
Counteract upon price that flow. Chiropractic, back snapping, fat base gymnastic, mash it up, massive, bro. Casual, this shit easy, G. Ride the beat, come on, you know me. Designed to beat the best, need the best to test me. Watch me rise up victoriously.
That kind of goes back to what Webby just said on the last one when he said carnivorous, I eat rappers, basically is what he said. And Ren just said, I need rappers to test me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of them saying that fuels me. That fuels me. That's what's up.
Ride the beat, come on, you know me. Designed to beat the best, need the best to test me. Watch me rise up victoriously. Yeah, we back on that loose again. Representing that loony bin.
Yeah, we back on that loose again. That line threw me off when I heard it the first time. Back on that loose again, because that could mean several different things. You know, psychologically, that could mean back on that loose again. That loose, and it's funny the way that he put that. He didn't say back on the loose. He said back on that loose again, and that loose, and that in the way that that's phrase means uninhibited, kind of back on that. We don't care. Like we're just letting it all hang out. So when he says back on that loose again, he's saying, you know what I'm saying? We're back on that uninhibited, turned up. We just finna let it all hang out again. You know what I'm saying? Him and Ren. But also the play could be back on that loose, the weed bar, back on that loose, you roll a loose cigarette, back on that loose again. I don't know. But I'm liking to say it plays more into because they're in a raise. So it's like they're saying we're back on that. We're uninhibited. We're back on that. Let's go.
Bro, casual, this shit easy, G. Ride the beat, come on, you know me. Designed to beat the best, need the best to test me. Watch me rise up victoriously. Yeah, we back on that loose again. Representing that loony bin. Give a fuck if I lose or win. When that spider bite go right through the skin. Then I'm hit when I strike the bang. Get a monster locked up inside my brain. And wrestle with them's like fighting Bane. But I know that part of me likes the pain. Like,
yo, he said, wrestling in my brain.
Give a fuck if I lose or win. When that spider bite go right through the skin. Then I'm hit when I strike the bang. Get a monster locked up inside my brain. And wrestle with them's like fighting Bane. But I
got a monster locked up inside my brain. And wrestle with them is like fighting Bane. Shout out Dark Knight. Shout out, who was that? Who played Bane in Dark Knight? One of the Hardy Boys. Is it Tom Hardy? One of the one of the Hardy Boys. Anyway, shout out Dark Knight Rises. That was my movie. I love that movie. But anyway, he said monster locked up in my brain. You know what I'm saying? And fighting it, trying to keep him under control. It's like, because Bane was a bad motherfucker. Bane was a bad motherfucker. He said wrestling with him is like fighting Bane. I don't this ain't no easy fight for me to keep him under control. This dude in my brain, this monster want to get out.
Yeah, then I'm hit when I strike the bang. Got a monster locked up inside my brain. And wrestle with them's like fighting Bane, but I know that part of me likes the pain. Like a monster kissed by the bite.
Missed that. I can't believe I missed that. Got a monster locked up inside my brain. Wrestle with him is like fighting Bane. But part of me knows I like the pain. And then goes into like a masochist. That is but I missed it because I got so stuck on the Bane line that I missed the masochist line. Part of me knows I like the pain because a masochist is someone that derives pleasure from pain. Bruh. He just tied them two into bruh. I missed it first time.
When that spider bite go right through the skin. Then I'm hit when I strike the bang. Got a monster locked up inside my brain. And wrestle with them's like fighting Bane, but I know that part of me likes the pain. Like a monster kissed by the biting antagonist, by anxiety, paralysis, vital signs of a pathogen. Striking deep in the artery. Peter Parker, but dark as the black and bruise on the mark. I leave random web is still spread. You see, got.
He said, striking the artery, Peter Parker. Ren uses that a lot. I love that. Okay, now I know like this is not just me. And I've got to really dig into some of these behind the scenes because I know that there's a part somewhere where he's got to talk about that. But Ren, I know he's related, bitten by a spider. This is Tarantula, blah, blah, blah. Makes sense. But I know a lot of times he refers to like Spider-Ren and Bitten and all this, that, and the other. You know what I'm saying? And he relates a lot to Spider-Man. Like he always calls himself Spider-Man. And I know that typically the reaction that I get from the people in the comments is, you know, it's related because he got bit by a tick. So it's the insect bite play, this, that, and the other. There's got to be more to that Spider-Man thing. Like I don't know, like if that's a character that Ren like really, you know, was one of his characters. Like we all have like one of those characters growing up that we like, oh, that's my guy. Like, I don't know how much of a fan Ren is of Spider-Man. You know, I know he calls himself Spider-Ren. That even ties all the way back into the Fire in the Booth that I just did not too long ago. You know what I'm saying? Where he calls himself Spider-Ren and then goes into the 8-bar, 8-arm octagon, you know, and all this, that, and the other, tying into the spider and the Spider-Ren. But he ties into this Spider-Ren thing a lot. And it's got to be more than just the tick bite. It's got to be more than just the tick bite. There's got to be a deeper meaning to that. I got to really dig into these behind the scenes videos so that I can see what the real meaning of his connection with this Spider-Man thing is. And shout out Peter Parker is and always will be the iconic Spider-Man. I'm sorry. Argue with me if you want to. I'm not arguing with you. There's no arguing. Pathogen striking deep in the artery. Peter Parker, but dark as the black and bruise on the mark. I leave random. I said Peter Parker. You know what I was getting at. I meant Tobey Maguire. I meant Peter Parker. Peter Parker is Spider-Man, but I meant Tobey Maguire. Tobey Maguire is the best Peter Parker. That's what I meant to say. Sorry, my brain got confused. Webby still fed, you see, got time to kill. Murder on my mind, I'll give your spine a chill. Show up in Silent Hill, bumping Twisted Metal behind the wheel. Silent Hill, Twisted Metal. Now we going into this. Webby a video game fan? Hey, speaking of that Silent Hill, though, I know we got the Twisted Metal, which is also a double. So he said bumping Silent or show up in Silent Hill. You know what I'm saying? But that's the play on the video game Silent Hill. But I remember watching the horror movie Silent Hill before I knew anything about the video game. I'm not really, if y'all can tell by these, I'm not really a huge video game fan, even though I'm aware of them. Not really a huge video game player unless it's a sports game. I play Madden all the time. But I remember watching the movie Silent Hill. That was some creepy shit. That whole damn town was crazy as shit. That was a creepy ass movie. I'm sorry. And horror movies don't scare me, but I just imagine like walking through, like, well, first of all, you would never catch me walking through no dark ass fog filled town. Anyway, Sorry, we ain't doing that. But that was a creepy ass film. But he said Bumpin' Twisted Metal, which is also a video game reference. But you also go back into Twisted Metal as a genre of music, like bumping crazy metal. Like he could say twisted, like I'm bumping crazy heavy metal. Because he said bumping. Why would you be bumping if he's not talking about music? You know what I'm saying? So the Twisted Metal is a play, but also bumping hyper crazy heavy metal music. You know what I'm saying? So, all right, I got that one. But yeah, shout out Silent Hill and Twisted Metal. All right, now I don't play them, but I know about them, and they're very popular. Like I said, I got a son that plays video games, so I already know. But Webby, I didn't know you was a video game player.
Darkest be black and bruise on the mark. I leave random weapons, still stab you see. Got time to kill, murder on my mind. I'll give your spine a chill. Show up in Silent Hill, bumping Twisted Metal. Behind the wheel, we pose a threat. Pulling you under, hope you can hold your breath. And kill them all until there's no one left. Tarantula.
That is so fire. That is so fire. All right, look. So that is so fire. I'm sorry. I promise y'all, as soon as I stop this recording, I'm going back to listen to this again, because just from the energy of it, that shit got me hyped. But okay, I said this early on in the video. I said I'm going to go back to it at the end so that I can address what I thought that I'm getting from this whole thing. First of all, the cinematography, fire. The cadence and energy switches, fire. The way that Ren and Webby played back to back off each other, fire. I mean, they matched each other's intensity, but if you were paying attention when they were going back to back and they were splitting, it sounded like, because of the pace of the beat, which is why he said counteract, but because of the pace of the track, it sounded like they were using the exact same cadence. But if you go back and really listen to it, Ren was being Ren and Webby was being Webby, but because they was breaking back and forth into each other with it, they sounded unified. You know what I'm saying? But those weren't the exact same cadences they were using. They weren't emulating each other. They were each doing themselves, but combining the forces of both of them together. So go back and listen to that again and pay attention to the fact that, you know, the cadence switched every time the MC switched. You know what I'm saying? But then you had different cadence and energy switches all throughout the track. That was fire. The cinematography of the white room with the skylight being painted black, you know what I'm saying, which provided like a different type of light. I saw the name of the director of the video, and I don't know why it just blew past my brain already. But kudos, my guy. That direction was fire. You know what I'm saying? Had trouble reading. There were certain parts when they were painting the room black. There were certain parts in the shot where the room was like, it looked like it had words on the wall, and they were painting over the words. Like if you really paid attention, there was something that was written on the wall. But I was already stopping enough. I didn't want to stop and like zoom in and try to figure out what those words said. But there was something on that wall. And if some of y'all in the comments catch what was on that wall, you know, let me know what the wall said. But I know that I saw some words. But it was dope how they was painting the room black. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's going dark in here. Like, and it's funny because right before the rave happened, all those people came in and the room became completely dark. So it's almost like that when the moment when that thing that I've been battling in my head got loose. You know what I'm saying? The whole room became black and we turned up. That was fire. That was fire. That whole thing. They haven't let me down yet. They haven't let me down yet. And I've been reacting to Ren. You know, I'm going to go through, I don't care how long it takes me. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go through his entire catalog because I'm just that upset. Ren has like, and that's the point. I'm sorry. I got completely left. The point that I wanted to make that I think that I got from this is the tarantula, the venom. They were talking about the poison going into your veins, all this, that, and the other. And my honest take, I'm almost feeling like Ren and Webby are calling themselves the tarantula in that we are the thing that's going to bite you. Like our music, what we're doing, like our sound, is infectious, it's poisonous, it's venomous. Like we're going, when we bite you, when this music thing, when our sound, when this asylum thing, you know what I'm saying, the Inpatient project, when it bites you, it's gonna, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna take over your whole body, kind of all the way to the end where we got to the point to where you couldn't help it, you let loose, you just turned up. And it's almost like this, they're saying that when this sound gets a hold of you, when we bite you, You know what I'm saying? We're going to infect you and take over, and you can't do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're that potent. It's like that's the take that I'm getting on this, is they're saying that we're about to infect everybody with this. You think about the fans that they have. You got the Webby fans, you know what I'm saying, who are used to traditionally hearing one sound from Webby. They're a little bit more, you know what I'm saying, a little bit more intense. Then you got the Ren fans who are on all different spectrums, because Ren makes a variety of different sounds. But you combine the two sounds of those artists, and then you add in the stuff that's been, you know, getting reacted to, the way that it's been getting pushed, the different sounds that they're playing with and toying with throughout this album that we've only heard snippets so far, and you get this whole like a rave. You get this whole like mashup of sounds that are they're going to dominate when this album drops. The number of people that are going to be banging to this, and then the number of people that are going to hear it just because somebody they know is banging to this, like this is quite literal. Like they're about to infect, you know, some music for a minute, and I'm here for it. I'm here for it. They've already infected me. They bit the shit out of me. I can't help it. It's all in my veins now. Like, all I want to do now, you know what I'm saying? And I can't, because this is a reaction channel, and I have to react to all the good things. Fortunately, if I'm being transparent, there hasn't been a lot of fire stuff being released lately. So I've been able to put a lot of focus on just Ren. And I'm not one of those ones that's going to react to stuff just for the clicks. You know what I mean? If I don't listen to it, I'm not going to then come on here and listen to it and be like, oh yeah, guys, that was fire. No, that ain't me. That ain't me. So fortunately, I've been able to focus on reacting to Ren and some of the other people that have really like kind of dug into my soul a little bit. But I'm going to continue. I'm going through this whole archive. I don't care how long it takes me. I am going to dig through this whole archive, and hopefully y'all will continue to join me and continue to share in my enlightenment and my journey with Ren. So I got some more stuff coming. For right now, this is Impatient. This is Chris Webby. This is Ren. This is Tarantula. And I'm going to go back and listen to it and see how much of this I just messed up and how much of it I missed. But until then, I love y'all. Thank y'all for continuing to ride with me. Peace out.